Welcome in. Welcome in. This is basically going to be allegedly people supposedly drinking water from Lake Lanier. Like, what in the HE hockey sticks is going on? Guys, we're going to jump right on into this content. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share if you enjoy this type of content. Otherwise, just like it and keep moving, guys. Thank you so very much. And we're going to jump right on in right now, guys. Welcome on into the channel, beautiful butterflies. Welcome on into my channel.
200 people have died at Lake Lanier since the 90s, and y'all still treat it like a vacation spot? Jet skiing over graves like the ancestors won't just snatch you right off of that boat. People say the lake is cursed, but let's be real, it's not cursed. It's contaminated, but not by spirits, by blood, by history, by state-sanctioned erasure. Before Lake Lanier, there was OscarVille, Georgia, a thriving black town built by formerly enslaved people. They owned homes, ran businesses, sent their children to school. It was black land, black wealth, black stability. And in 1912, white rage burned it down. Here's what happened. A white woman was found assaulted. 3 black men were accused, and one was lynched in public. Another dragged out of his jail cell and murdered. And the third was sentenced to death with no real evidence. But it didn't stop there. White mobs, they used that moment as an excuse to purge Forsyth County. They shot into homes, set buildings on fire, burned churches while people were still inside. They threatened families at gunpoint. And within weeks, over 1,100 black residents were gone. OscarVille was emptied out by terror. Black-owned land was stolen and resold for cheap. Then in the 1950s, the U.S. government showed up. They wanted to build a reservoir, and they chose that exact stretch of land. No one moved the bodies, no one exhumed the graves, no one honored.
Which I'm going to break right here really briefly, guys, which is this is leading up to what they're saying about the people allegedly literally drinking the water in the town, which is crazy, but this is what originally happened. So this is why they're saying, like, why would you allow people to be drinking from this type of water, knowing that it was a town and you never took the bodies out? Like, it's diabolical.
The people that were buried there, they flooded it. They drowned the crime scene. The church pews, they're still down there. Cemeteries, still under the surface. Black homes and bones, still beneath white boots and lake houses. So when
Crazy.
people start talking about Lake Lanier's bad energy, yeah, the energy is bad. Because you're floating over a massacre that nobody was held accountable for. A black town that was torched, flooded, and forgotten on purpose. This country didn't just erase OscarVille. It repackaged it, turned it into a tourist attraction, let white families fish and ski over top of land that they never had to pay for. And they called that progress. So yeah, call it haunted if you want to, but don't act surprised when the lake drags someone under. That's not a curse. That's a reckoning.
Great idea was it to open a new water slide?
And then they had the nerve to want to open an actual freaking water slide here, like an actual like little thing for people. Like, it's crazy, guys. I'm
Park at
sorry.
Lake Lanier this spring. To recap, before Lake Lanier was Lake Lanier, it was a thriving black town called Oscarville. It was very successful until it was burned down and its residents were forced out. In 1912, a 19-year-old white woman was found murdered and raped in the woods near Oscarville, and the white people nearby blamed the residents of Oscarville for this. That night, a group of murderers on horseback called Night Riders came to Oscarville and burned it to the ground, as well as lynching many innocent people. In 1956, the government flooded over Oscarville, leaving the buildings and cemeteries beneath the water. That means there are many bodies underneath Lake Lanier. But you can understand why it's believed this lake is cursed, and for good reason. It's a little joke with locals that it's not summer until somebody dies. And that's probably based in fact because over 600 people have died there since the 50s. Yet they still want to put a water park at Lake Lanier. Like, who thinks to themselves, yes, the Lake of Death, let's open a whole water slide coaster there that children will get on. That's just asking for trouble and disrespectful. It's almost like they're trying to piss off the spirits there. And I wouldn't be surprised if they make parents sign a waiver to let their kids get on the water slide, and the parents will brush it off like, oh yeah, that's normal. It's not. That's not normal. The centerpiece tower with 4 slides is called Apocalypso. fitting. I really hope nothing bad happens, especially since it'll mostly be children on these slides, but if the track record of Lake Lanier has taught us anything, it's that this is not going to go well. I just hope nobody gets hurt or worse. But if I was a parent, you couldn't pay me to let my child get on the slide of death at Lake Lanier. Do y'all remember last summer when 3 people died in the span of like a week and people just brushed it off because they were like, yeah, a lot of people die at Lake Lanier, totally normal. It's like people are trying to tempt the spirits, and one day you're gonna get what you're asking for. As a side note, one of the videos I'll be uploading to YouTube very soon is the story about my own experience at Lake Lanier. I was trying to make contact to pay respects one night down by the water, and I got chased by something that was running right towards me.
I'm gonna break it right there, guys. I'm sorry, but why in the HELL it was mainly black people? So even as a white person, not saying that she was trying to be like, obviously she sounds like an okay person, whatever, but why? I mean, even us as black people, no. Like, that's crazy. Oh my
It was one of
gosh.
the scariest moments of my entire life. The campground was completely empty. There was no living person there. I'm telling y'all, don't fuck with Lake Lanier. If you'd like to hear more about Lake Lanier, you can check out my playlist or watch my YouTube where I did an investigation while I was camping there alone, because there is so much to cover about Oscarville.
Hey, who all knows the history of Lake Lanier? So why are we pumping water from it to drink? One of the people that they had interviewed said the shit had a different texture. And then another man said that it smelled like mildew, and then like it tasted how mildew would smell. So with that being said, whose idea was this? Oh, and who approved it?
I want to know who approved drinking water from Lake Lanier. Like, who approved y'all drinking spirits? Lake Lanier. Oh my God.
So y'all mean to tell me you're just now figuring out that Lake Lanier is drinking water? I just saw a post of this girl freaking out because Lake Lanier is drinking water for Metro Atlanta. Try actually living in the county the actual lake is in. I live in Hall County, and we can absolutely taste when the lake is low. We can taste when the water has been turned or it's turning. It tastes like dirt. Like it tastes like exactly like you'd think. Which is why I drink out of my handy dandy filter in my fridge. And I cook with that water too, the filtered water. Yeah, y'all need to figure out where water's coming from. And yes, as in Lake Lanier, the lake with the town underneath it and the bodies. Yeah.
Dasani water being sourced from Lake Lanier is so funny, and it really explains why no matter what, even during COVID, when everybody was buying up the tissue and the water and all that, baby, Dasani was fully stocked. Like, that is so funny. And so, well, it ain't funny, but it's very ironic. It's very funny.
Breaking news, y'all. I'm lost for words because why would you drink from Lake Lanier? People know what really happened at Lake Lanier. We know about OscarVille, Georgia. We know about how they flooded the town. We know about all of these things, yet the city of Gainesville, Georgia is getting their water supply. That's the city water. It's from Lake Lanier. So the water they cook with, the water they bathe with, I don't know who still drink faucet water, but if you're drinking faucet water, it's from Lake Lanier. That is absurd. And people complaining about the taste of it. I mean, hello, it's people down there. It's, of course the water don't taste right. It's people down there. Like, why would the city even think that's... At this point, we all need to start looking up where our city is getting the water supply from, because why
And I'm going to pause for a second again, guys, because she's saying, yeah, we should know where our water comes from. But the downside is the understanding I have, which I couldn't post that video, but if you guys go under TikTok and find it, let me know. But it was there where even the bottled water, like the one girl just said in the previous video, was the Dasani water was supposedly sourced from there. And there was another girl on TikTok that said that there was other places that water was basically being, from sourced from Lake Lanier. So it's just this is crazy, like, really, like, oh my gosh, it's just that's really bad.
Why would they think that's a good idea?
Lake Lanier was a reliable source of drinking water for Metro Atlanta. I know y'all ain't been pumping no dead body juice into my faucets.
I just heard them say they've been pumping water out of Lake Lanier into people's homes and businesses for them to drink and use and bathe and cook with. Hello, somebody? Wait a minute. And now you want to say there's a foul smell and taste to the water? You do know it's people under there, right? Like y'all nasty.
A couple of days ago, a news report came out on my news feed saying that the water has been off in Georgia, saying that they've been pumping the water from Lake Lanier for people to drink. Huh? So when I heard that, I was like, is that a thing? Has it always been this way? I'm not from Georgia, so I don't know. Has it always been this way? Because when I heard it, I was like, oh, Lord, these people are evil. These people... And water holds memory?
And if you guys want to find any of these creators, they are listed here when the things is popping up. That's the creators that has posted these videos, or they've gotten it from someone, but those are the creators to follow. Sorry.
So then today, this lady makes a video saying, I know y'all ain't pumping the water from Lake Lanier. I'm in the comments, and they say, if I had a choice between Lake Lanier water and Dasani, I'd drink Dasani. Someone in the comments say, it's the same damn thing. What? Y'all are evil. That's disgusting. And for those of you who don't know what the hell going on, it was a black town that was burned down to the ground. Everyone perished, and then it was flooded. And that is what we call Lake Lanier today. And apparently people are drinking the water from there with all the contaminants and decomposing vessels. Oh my goodness. How long has this been a thing?
I know these motherfuckers lying about this water coming from Lake Lanier in Georgia. I know they goddamn lying. I know y'all a motherfucking lie. That's a goddamn lie. I know we ain't drinking no goddamn dead people water. Our ancestors. Y'all, this shit ain't real, right? This shit ain't real. Y'all playing on TikTok, ain't you? Y'all are playing. This shit ain't real. This shit ain't real. This shit is not real. I know damn well. Y'all. Lake Lanier, I never been up there. Never will. But I guess I don't have to because y'all coming to us. I have no problem with our ancestors. But to drink that goddamn water. Who came up with this? Y'all play too goddamn much in Georgia. I ain't with this shit. Who did it so I could come and slap their asses? You heard what I said, they asses? Who the fuck did this, y'all? Georgia. I need my Georgia folk. Where y'all at, baby? Not Georgia. I need the inner... Ooh, I need the 285 folks in Georgia to come up in here. 85 North folks come up in here. You feel me? The 75 North, the 75 South, the 85 South, the 20 East and West folks. I need y'all to come in. Shh. Why the fuck are we drinking dead folks? We already eating dead folks. Now they got us drinking the goddamn dead folks. What? Pay to live, pay to die, pay to eat the dead, pay to drink the dead. What the fuck? I quit. I give up on this shit. But I give up on this bullshit. This some bullshit, y'all. This...
And she is so right, guys, because I literally just did a video as well on that about food that we're eating, and specifically allegedly McDonald's having unlive people in their foods. So, but not just them. Go watch that video, guys. But in the meantime, yeah, she's right. We're now being paid to pretty much allegedly eat unalive people as well as now drinking them. Like, again, it's crazy. Like, what is the world coming to? What has it come to, should I say? Getting back into this content, guys.
Bullshit. Who came up with this shit? Holla at me. Brian Camp, I don't know what the fuck you doing and been doing since you got in the chair, but you ain't did a goddamn thing. Now, what the fuck you got to say about this, Brian Camp? I need some explaining to do. I need some explaining. I sure do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, boo-boo. Brian Camp, boo-boo. I need some boo-boo-boo. They're like, we already drinking boo-boo-boo and eating boo-boo-boo. Ooh, I better watch what I say. Ugh. I love y'all.
People are reporting that the water from Lake Lanier has a different taste, texture, and smell. They're saying it smells like mildew. And other people, like in a post I saw in the comments, were like, they're drinking the water from the lake. And yes, the water from Lake Lanier is basically one of the sources for that area. If you do not know about Lake Lanier, and how there is basically a whole town that got flooded to create the lake. And basically that there might be stuff in the water. Comments are being posted like, oh, that's bone broth now. Why would you, they're saying, why would you drink that water? Guys. Drop it in the comments, guys. Let me know what you think.
Bro, why I just see a video talk about how Lake Lanier is a major drinking source for some residents in Georgia, and I said, why would you be drinking that water? Anyway, I look at the comments. God. One of the comments said, that's basically bone broth water. Why would you say that? Why would she say that? Like, why would you say that? I mean, are you wrong? But you're not right. Oh my God.
Straight from the bottom of Lake Lanier, where the water is technically still water. Filtered by time, silt, and what's left of a barbershop. One sip transports you back to 1950.
My question is this, though. If y'all know Lake Lanier is haunted, if you know that there are unrested ghosts down there, if y'all know that those unrested souls that belong to the black people of the town Oscarville, who were drowned when they flooded the town, white people flooded the town, why do y'all still want to go? Like, I understand you're telling her the history kind, but why are you telling her that you have to be careful? Why not just tell her, don't go? It's basically a mass graveyard. The town is still down there. It's just weird to me that y'all still will make a trip out of it and be like, yeah, when you go, just be careful. Just be mindful. There's so many other places you could go for a good swim, like a good little fun, where the uneasy souls of unalived black American will not try to drown you, white people. Like, I just feel like out of respect, you should just not. Like, it should not be a place of theme park fun. The fact that people swim over it in general is just disrespectful. And the fact that you know the history on top of that and still want to go and partake in summer fun in a lake full of dead people's souls who were murdered because of racism? I just feel like that's weird. It's weird. Like, I appreciate you telling her the history. I know there's a part 2 where you actually told her about Oscarville and all of that, but I feel like you should instead tell her it's disrespectful because that is basically a grave. It's a cemetery. A flooded town because of racism. So maybe just go somewhere else. Go swim somewhere else. Not just out of respect, but like, do y'all have a death wish? I just...
Okay, guys, that was all of everything there. Tell me what you guys think. Please, I can't even talk today. Like, comment, subscribe, share. If you don't like this content, do not subscribe, but definitely please like it. And thank you guys again. Bye.